Welcome to our review on blood. So what we're going to do in this little review is have a look at the different types of blood cells and components of the blood and what they actually do for us. So first of all, we can look at the red blood cells, and hopefully you do remember that the job of that red blood cell is to carry oxygen from the lungs to the respiring tissue. So the red blood cells have a few adaptations that make them suited to the job of carrying oxygen around the body. First one is that they're very small to allow them to travel through the capillaries, which are the smallest blood vessels in our body. Secondly, they've got a very special shape. If you look at the diagram there, you can see that they dip in the middle, and that's called a biconcave disc. Now the whole purpose behind that is to increase the surface area to volume ratio. If we look inside our red blood cell, we'll see that it doesn't have a nucleus, which leaves lots of room for hemoglobin. And finally, the fact it has hemoglobin is an adaptation because our hemoglobin is a carrier protein that allows it to bind the oxygen to take around the body. Second type of cell that's important then in our blood is the white blood cell. And what they do is they help to defend us against disease. So there's two ways they can do this. First one is that they can produce these chemicals called antibodies. And the second way is by ingesting the bacteria and the viruses and then digesting them. So that's a process called phagocytosis. The next component of importance to us are these things called platelets. Now your platelets are small cells that actually help to clot your blood when you cut yourself. So this is important for two reasons. One, it stops you bleeding to death, kind of important. And secondly, once we've got a clot over any kind of wound, then no bacteria can enter it, and therefore it protects us from infection. The last component we need to make ourselves aware of is the plasma. Now, plasma is a straw-coloured liquid that's got all of the other things carried in it. In addition to those cells we've looked at, it's got other things that are carried or dissolved in it as well. And those include things like the cholesterol, hormones, any excess water, waste products, any digested foods, and any excess heat as well. So the plasma is important because it allows us to carry a variety of other chemicals around the body as well.